Alright, let's get this started. Okay. They left the operating room. Whoops. They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked. Until, at last, the final door was hidden in the corner of the hall. Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him, and it belonged to neither Seven nor Clover. "Dat boy!" He spun around. He saw someone running towards him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming towards Junpei's companions. Santa, Lotus, and June. They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard. "Whoa, what the hell's this? What are you doing here?" "What? But we didn't..." Before he could finish, Clover spoke. "Hey guys, could you come take a look at this?" She was standing near the end of the small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found. There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway. A map of the ship's interior. It said C deck in the upper left corner. It was, they assumed, a map to the floor they were on. Door 7 and Door 8. The map confirmed what they already knew. Both doors eventually led to the hallway where they had found themselves. In fact... Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find Door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to open Door 9. That's how the nonary game works. Junpei took a look at the map of the ship's interior again. As he looked more closely, his surprised excitement gave way to wariness. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen. They moved as one for the door. He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took a hold of the door and spoke without looking back at their 5. "Ready? I'm going to open it." Slowly, all 5 nodded in their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were. They were just where the map had said they would be. The same room they'd been in not so very long ago. The tremendous central hospital room with its empty beds from wall to wall. ... I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're back to this part again, so we're gonna fast forward and also... Oh, wait, this is new? What? The key? Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Right, Junpei? Oh, okay, this is different. Ah, the solar system keys. We found a couple more in the laboratory in the kitchen. Here, the Earth key and the Saturn key card. And with that, she pressed them into Junpei's hand. The metal key had the Earth symbol on it, and the key card had the Saturn symbol on it. I might lose them. It's probably better for you to hold on to them. That way it won't be my fault if they get lost. Good. Yeah, smart. It's fucking smart. As a group, they now had 3 keys that had not been used. The Jupiter key, which had been found in the operating room. The Earth key, which Lotus had just handed to Junpei. The Saturn key card, which Lotus had also just handed to Junpei. Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up. The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of the long straight hallway, right? Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircases. Then next to the wait. They were the first words anyone heard of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested that they weren't going to be very happy words. What about door 3? Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It just leads us back to the big hospital room. There's no point seeing what's on the other side of that door. There is a point. At least there is for me. There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could. This part's great. Alright. Alright. So they're gonna open door 3. Archive. Auto deletion. Oh no. I have them all on YouTube. Yeah, I haven't been archiving them. I haven't been archiving them on Twitch, but I mean, I guess I could go back and archive them on Twitch. I might as well, I guess. But the deletions actually last longer because I'm a partner, I guess. It's like 60 days, not 30 days. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Okay, so they're gonna find out. They're gonna basically find Snake's corpse, right? And I don't know. No idea why we came back here. You know, that is a good question. Junpei looked off in the distance thoughtfully. Lotus sighed and shook her head. I can't believe this. You guys followed me here, but you don't even know why? Junpei, you got the solar system keys, don't you? He did. He pulled them out. The Saturn key card. And the Earth key card. And the Earth key. Junpei didn't see what they had to do with anything, though. Both he and Santa were completely lost. Fortunately, June took pity on them. Don't you remember the elevator? On the C deck, where we are right now, there's a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on that door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. So the two keys that boy has should let us through the elevator and the door on A deck, huh? Yes, that's right. June smiled, pleased with herself. So did Santa. Alright, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split them into two teams? Lois and I will search the Earth one, so you two can search Saturn, alright? Sounds good. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Alright, there's this... Oh, wait. Is this where we get to talk about getting wet? Hold up. I think that this is... Yes. Yes, look, that boy. Wait. I'm not really... Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah. They could only... Oh, I just want to listen to this part again. It's like the best, but let's just see what happens. She was probably afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase, all of which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks. And the floor below the one they were on, D deck, should be completely submerged. That meant... Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up somewhere under us, right? Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise, like it was moving, and then it opened. Yeah, exactly. Yes, so take a look inside. Junpei jerked his head toward the interior of the elevator. It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry. Oh, you're right, they are. She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed. Well, let's test it. Test it? Yeah, watch this. Alright. Well, we'd probably die. What? This is new? Oh no, don't be so casual about something like that. Anyway, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around. Wait, why did it, like, stop there? Was that like a key new line? Okay. Well, we met it back up again. Okay. Okay, blah, blah, blah. This is where they're talking about, like, ditching people and shit. Alright, we found, Snake's body. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we found his body. Oh, that line was still part of the getting wet part. Okay. Right, okay. We're talking about how someone must have murdered Snake. And here we're going to talk about the existence of Zero. I'm going to make some different choices here. Alright, was Zero still on the ship? I'm still not sure. This is bullshit. His logic is such shit in my opinion. God damn it. Of course he was, I guess. That was obvious. Zero was somewhere on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei mumbled to himself, lost in thought. Where could Zero be hiding? He's not on the ship. Suddenly, everyone went quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting, moaning noise. And moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. So this is Clover after she has discovered that her brother has been murdered. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold monotone. I think Zero is one of us. Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was, oh, okay, okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. Isn't the ship gonna sink in a few hours? If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that? There's no motive. Clover looked at Junpei, and her face fell. You don't believe me. Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong, but perhaps the way he'd said it had been. He'd been too insensitive. Clover had just lost her brother. His death would have been bad enough, but she'd also seen the blasted wreck of his body. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, he couldn't begin to imagine. In the mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her with suspicion. She felt everybody was against her. The least Junpei could have done was to try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he had said. Perhaps he thought I should apologize. But before that apology could begin, Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel you can trust any of us. Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, his face was calm and friendly. But you have to understand, the more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did these horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing? Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. The whole time her eyes were on Junpei. You could feel Junpei's eyes, Clover's eyes, boring into him. They were the color of a deep winter lake. What color is the color of a deep winter lake, I wonder? They were the color of a deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them, only sadness. And then, in that horrible silence, they heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. 3 in the morning. That means we have 3 hours left. Then we need to move, now. 7, Clover, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you? 7 and Clover remained silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away. We must go. We have very little time left. Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going. Their next destination was Mercury. Okay, so they found more doors, and the next door they find is going to be 9. And here's where they vote. Alright, so we know what everyone's going to vote for. It's the same thing, it looks like. So not much has really changed. So here's that arguing. Right, okay, so blah, 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 blah. Okay, shit. Wait, can I, like, go... Here we go. Okay. So, 6... Alright, so... Let's think about our decision, I guess. Save? Well... I don't think it matters if we save or not, because we're gonna have to, like, save our progress anyways, so... People who requested door 2, 7, and Lotus. Okay, so 7 and Lotus chose 2. Santa and June chose 6. What did we do? Oh, I think we chose 6 last time, so... We want to choose either 2 or 1. So... Ace and Clover... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because they're going to have to switch people up. So we're just going to choose either Ace and Clover or 7 and Lotus. I'm going to go with door 1, I think. because we spent a lot of time with 7 and Lois already. And Anthony says 1. So I kind of agree. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to really do more stuff with 7. Alright, everyone. Alright. Gotta listen to Clover. Yeah. Yes, let's save. Alright. Alright, we all doing 1. Okay, let's do 1. Alright, I want to go through door 1. My choice is door 1. Santa was unconvinced. Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating? Cheating? I'm asking you to change your number after you heard what doors he wanted. How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. Damn, he's mad. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper that he'd been hiding into his pocket. Oh! Oh! The place! The plays! Ah! The plays! The fucking plays! Junpei had switched papers. He had prepared 3 pieces of paper for doors 1, 2, and 6, and put the paper with door 6 on it into the pot. He put a small mark on it so that he would know which one was his. He put the paper that said door 1 in his left hand, the paper that read door 6 in his right. When the drawing began, he saw to it that he drew last. The rest was easy. If he wanted to go into door 1, he'd use his left hand, and the right hand if he wanted door 2. Of course, if he wanted door 6, that would be simple. Man, this is hella good. How is he like, what's the sleight of hand? How is he doing this though, right? Like, it's like the piece of paper is in the middle, right? And he's holding these 2. So does he like, does he like grab it and then like pull the, I don't know. I don't know how you're doing this. All you need to do is switch nothing. Like, how does he, man, he's pretty good. I don't think I could do this, honestly. Like, maybe, I guess, like, okay, I guess if I had to do this in real life, I'd probably, like, sit cross-legged. No, dude, even, oh, it's doable. I'm just saying this is difficult, man. Yeah, this is difficult without some concealment. Like, you gotta know some magic. You gotta do the whole, like, eye inversion stuff and then, you know, like, do some shit. He would reach with a different hand. I assume you need a tiny bit of force to hold the paper in your sleeve. Well, no, see, I'm assuming that he has it, like, in his palm or something. And so, but it's like, so even if, so let's say like you hold it like here or something, right? And then you grab it, you're still like grabbing it with different hands. I don't know, I think it would be noticeable. Well, okay. Yeah, misdirection. No, actually, no. I think this is what you do, okay? So, like, if you're having both of the other pieces of paper in your hands, right? Then you grab with the hand that does not have the paper you want to swap it with. So, like, if you had the paper in your right hand, you'd, like, grab it with your left hand, and then you'd, like, kind of, you'd open it with both fingers while pulling, like, you'd basically grab it, and then you do this, and then pull it that way. I think that's pretty doable. So you grab with the other hand, and then as you're bringing it to, like, look like you're opening it with both of your hands, you can grab the one in your other hand, basically. Of course, if you wanted door 6, that would be simple. All he needed to do was switch nothing and say that 6 had been what he wanted all along. Well, what does it say? He fought the urge to smirk. You got lucky. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated. Why is he mad? Why is he, like, so mad? Whatever. Very well. Dude, is Ace trying to end us? I mean, sorry, not Ace. I mean, is Santa trying to do us in, man? Why is he so... You know, he's got some... What's his deal here? Very well, we decide who will go through door 1. It'll be Clover, Junpei, and myself. 4 plus 5 plus 1 equals 10. I guess Santa is saying that because he calculated that like the only way that the doors would work would be if we chose 1, and the other ways we'd have to add people. Or because he's like fucking, yeah, I guess we're like fucking the other teams up, I guess. Our only remaining problem is the 2 remaining teams. Gene and I want door 6. Lewis and I want door 2. That's not good. We can't open either of these doors with only 2 people. I guess that's why we're fucking with them, I see. Fine. 7 will go through door 6. 3, 6, 7, 8 equals 24 equals, yeah, 6. A sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June? Well, June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not. That pig. You just wait and see. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine. So, like, all the shady people are in those other rooms, basically. Even after they separated the staircase, Lois was still muttering angrily to herself. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much. After all, he knew that he would see her again. Till we find the door 9, Zero ain't gonna split us up. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll sure see each other again. Otherwise, we can't open door 9. That's how the nunnery game works. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed towards A-Deck. They took out the earth key and opened the door to the left. It opened, and they walked through. It was just as Santa and Lois had said. At the end of the hallway stood a door with a large red 1 upon it. A numbered door. To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red. Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel. Junpei was next. Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took a hold of the lever. He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover. Are you ready? Shall I pull it? Yeah, anytime. Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head. Very well then, let's go. 3, 2, 1.